R2 builders, welcome back. We are going to be making some side vents today. Also some pocket vents. Really, we're making pocket vents. We're going to need a sheet of .040 styrene for this. You see I got some digital calipers there, some glue, a hobby knife, and a pencil. That's pretty much all you'll need. So first thing we're going to do, we're starting out with our styrene sheet here. We're going to make the face of the pocket vent. And the pocket vent is one that has a little pocket in there. So we're going to make all lines parallel all the way up and down. We're going to break this sheet of styrene. I've showed you how to do that plenty, so I probably don't have to show you that anymore. If you haven't seen it, watch some of the videos on me making other styrene parts like the skins. So here we go. We've got this front face pretty much cut out. We're going to start drawing some lines for this. All the little vents, I'm just going to make the lines go all the way up and down, and then I'm going to draw the pocket in this. After I do that, I'm going to put some squiggly lines on there. That way I know what I have to cut out and what I don't have to cut out. So you see that right here. All the lines, they just go straight up and down. It was easier that way. There's the pocket, and the squiggly lines tell me what I need to cut out. So you can use a ruler to do this, or you can do it freehand. It doesn't matter. It all depends on how rough you want your droid to look and how satisfied you will be with the overall product. So here I am cutting out the rest of this pocket right here. Go up and down and all around, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. You've seen this stuff before, so it's pretty much classic how I'm telling you to do this. Just work slow and pull that knife along until you etch these lines, and you can break this free of the styrene, or you can just constantly cut until it comes free. I chose to just cut till it comes free. Here, I'm going along each slot, just pull the knife, make sure you know where the marks are for it. It will help if you do, otherwise you could put a cut in the wrong place. Now we are going up and down these slots so we can get all those done. Remember, you got to make 2 of these and 2 side vents. So those are what the lines look like all etched in, and we're going to slowly break these out with the hobby knife and by moving our plastic a little bit so it breaks free. So like everything else, just go slow with your knife, take your time, use fresh blades, and everything will come out a-okay. Here we are doing some more slots just to show you how we do it in case you haven't seen any of the other videos. You just pull that knife along the edge, and eventually it will go deeper and deeper and into that, and it will bust that styrene. That's what we're doing here. I flipped it over to the back side because you can see it etches a line the further down you go into the back. And sometimes if you just go through the back after a while, it makes it a lot easier because it's now getting cut through 2 sides. And you see it looks like it's actually busting through there. So here we go, just pulling that knife along this, and you can see that gap, meaning it's completely through. All we have to do is just go to this side right here. And once that pops out, all you have to do is just lift it up and pull it right out. So there we go. These are the sides. It's busted through, and just kind of snap it and just be careful not to break anything. Save this piece. We're going to use it for later. We're going to remove the slots now, so you can see me doing that, and you can see how easily they move inside of there. Trim it up, make sure it looks pretty if you want it to look pretty. If you don't want it to look pretty, leave it as it is. It can be weathering. So we are going to make another piece that fits right over these slots that we cut out. We need to leave enough room for the pocket, and I'll show you what we're doing here. Just making just enough of this so it covers that back completely. We're going to cut this out, make sure it fits where we want. You see, I like that. I've got enough room on the top, bottom, and all the sides. I am using some plastic cement here. You can use super glue if you want, it doesn't matter. This is just going to melt this plastic together, which is why I used it end close to the edge. So we are going to go along all these slots, and we're going to place that piece that we just made, that square piece, place it on top of this, and we're going to let the glue dry and use something heavy to hold it down. For me, my high school yearbook worked, and that's what I used. So you can see here, we're placing it down, doing a test fit to make sure I have enough clearance for the sides, and here we go. Now it's dry. I'm using my hobby knife to go along the inside edges of these slots, and we are just going to slowly work this knife in and out until these slots break out. To me, this was an easy way to do this using that styrene, and we'll do one more like this, just making another square and placing it on the back. The depths, I believe, are a little out of spec, but not too bad, so no one will even notice that. So here you see these are the slots cut out. Make sure you clean them up. You want them to look pretty. And like I said earlier, we're going to glue another square backing to this, and it's going to be the exact same as the last one. So it's always a good idea to just make a couple of others of those before you actually glue stuff together. So we are placing this on right here. Again, put the book on top of it, let it dry. It's dry now, so you can see the thickness of this, and just repeat this process for this pocket vent. I'm not really going to show you a side vent because they look exactly the same except without a pocket. You can see here everything 4 layers worth. Scrape them clean. You can put filler in there to make them look really pretty if you want. And as I said, if you don't want them to look pretty, they don't have to look pretty. They are down low. A lot of people won't notice. This is a test piece that's going to go in the back, but we're not going to glue that on for various reasons. So as I said, the pocket, it's curved. So here's a scrap piece that I had from when I built my frame out of wood. We're going to just rip this apart here. I'm going to use I have my digital calipers so I can lock them in place to etch a line that goes all the way across, and then I'll just use the scalpel, my knife, to break it apart. So this is just etching the line. That way this whole thing here has the same exact curve radius the whole way across. And it's just easier for me to do it that way. You can do it however you want to do it, just by making various lines, using a compass, whatever you feel you want to do. So remember, you need to make 2 of these for a top and a bottom, and then another 2 because there are 2 pocket vents. Seems like R2 has almost 2 of everything. At least the pocket vents were very easy to do. So you see me breaking this off right here. I measured it out where I think it needed to go. Remember, you have various thicknesses of everything, so you have to account for that when you're making your boxes. That way it's not too short on the sides and everything fits perfectly. So here we go, we're breaking that apart. You're going to need to make some side pieces for this. Not too hard to do. Just measure it out and cut it. I don't think I show making any side pieces, but I do make them. So here I am just tracing with my knife this curved piece. That way I can make another one. That way we can complete this box. So here we are. We're going to break this out of the styrene just like I've done everything else. Use your knife and pieces slowly break. See, I had a little oopsie there. That happens. Not a big deal. We can just use the back side of this and no one will know any better. So this is the piece right here. We're breaking it out from the edge of the styrene. Then we will go across and get the other side. Here I am doing that. And we will do a test fit to make sure it fits in place properly. Breaking off the sides here because you want it to fit. Make sure it matches up. Everything looks good. Here is me gluing the sides on that I had made. I didn't show making those sides, but you know, it's not hard. Just make your measurements and use the super glue that I'm doing here. Super glue gives you one chance. Make sure it looks good. Put one side on. Then you're going to do the other side. Once you get these 2 sides, put some super glue on top of those. And then you will put the top piece or just another curved piece, because there really isn't a top or a bottom to this. It just depends on how you want it to look. Put it on both sides. That way it bonds really good. Just hold it in place until that glue sets. It should take about 10 seconds. Super glue, some things are instant, some things are a little longer. So there it is. So just put a little bit of glue on a little bit of the side here and a little bit of this box. We're not doing the whole thing because we want it to set up first and then work slow, because this is a curved piece. So the styrene gives us just enough bend that we can bend this whole thing upwards. So here I'm using some rubber cement, plastic cement, that way I can reinforce it. Now we're putting more super glue on the insides and the outsides, and we're just going to bend the rest of this piece in place and just hold it there, and hopefully it sets up and it will look good. This is that back piece we saved earlier. I'm putting it on another scrap piece, and I'm going not exactly around the edges, but I'm leaving a lot of room. That way I can make the top piece for this pocket. And we're just going to sit this on top of the pocket. It doesn't have to be exact because it goes in the back. You can trim it down, make it exact if you want to. This is how I did mine. You're free to do yours however you want. So test the fit, make sure it's going to fit properly, which it does. Put your super glue on. Remember, with super glue, you only get one opportunity to make it look good. That's what we're going to do here. We will hold that in place. I did not paint the back. I did not put it on. That's for painting later, so you can paint all these one color, how it's supposed to look for R2, because it had a couple different colors in it. So thanks for watching this video on the vents. Don't forget to subscribe for the latest videos. Comments and likes are appreciated. See ya!